Now, it seems to me that because of social media, it's pushing a lot of people to act fake nowadays. But then again, they were never real to begin with. But why? Well, of course, it's because of the monetary value. It's the money. I mean, me in particular, I've made a lot of money right here on social media, so don't get me wrong. But the difference between me and a lot of these other guys is that I didn't have to fake it to make it. I kept it real. And while only the fake ones hate, the real ones appreciate and congratulate. So before I expose these guys cordially, because if I don't, they're just going to report my video, let's check out my homie's comment right here. Bro, there's very few prison creators that keep it 100. As I said in the DM, you're the only one I respect and I'd ever break bread with. And that's facts. And shout out to all the real ones out there. But then you got this guy, Paul White, a.k.a. Jumpsuit Pablo, a preacher's son from the rural areas of Welford, South Carolina. Another grown man that calls himself a white boy who went to prison because of his drug addiction. But now he advocates clownism and doing skit videos about his prison experience and does nothing to promote positivity or for re-entry and to reduce recidivism. He's just on here trying to fake it to make it. I mean, he did just set up a GoFundMe a few months ago to help with the cost to fix his teeth. So he obviously must not have no money. But it seems that he can afford it now since he had to fake it to make it. Now, Paul was just on this guy, Eon Big's podcast a few weeks ago. And who is Eon Big? Well, he's an individual from Connecticut who came from a wealthy family. But then he committed a white-collar crime and went to a minimum security prison where he was harassed because of the way he looked, and he paid for protection, which he has no problem admitting. But what he does is he tries to get any content creator that he can, especially ones that talk about prison, on his podcast. And he offers them a little bit of money or exposure onto their content. But in reality, he's not doing nothing to help nobody else except himself. Now, me personally, I would never go on this man's podcast. I also think he may be working with the feds, but hey, that's just my opinion. But keep in mind, I have no association with anybody that associates with this guy right here. Like this guy, Jay Williams, a.k.a. J.D. DeLay. Now, once again, I'm going to keep this cordial. But this man is like a personal hater of mine going back over a year and a half. He did 26 months in the Oregon Department of Corrections. And every time he went to prison, he said it was because he was getting his next fix. He admits that he did time around chomos, but now he makes skit videos acting like a chomo and acting like the police, using my last name, trying to put a pedo jacket on me. So the respect is zero for this man right here, and he's not really doing nothing for others except himself. But if you really pay attention, these guys, they all work together. But what am I doing? Well, I do educational videos along with inspirational videos. And when I speak about my prison experience, it all serves a purpose. And I don't sugarcoat nothing nor fabricate stories like most of these other guys do. They judge me on my vernacular, on the way I walk, and they just don't understand how we got out in Illinois and in Chicago. But what am I doing besides receiving the Individual Achievement Awards from the state of Illinois for helping other ex-felons? Besides speaking on behalf of the NARP, the National Association of Reentry Professionals Conference, the next one coming up in Nashville. Besides speaking at the Illinois Workforce to the mental health and drug court participants, along with their workshops, giving tours at my old prison, and doing philanthropy work right there in the worst neighborhoods in Chicago. I also get a lot of love and support from the community here in Chicago, along with in the suburbs. I mean, I promote some of the best businesses, from nightclubs and lounges to gentlemen's clubs to the best restaurants, panic escape rooms, car dealerships, trucking companies, and all that. I get love everywhere I go. I'm talking about I could be at the restaurant with my son and I got people walking up to take a picture with me. And that's what people fail to realize. I get a lot of hate here on social media. But keep in mind, as I said again, only the fake ones hate. And the real ones appreciate and congratulate. You even got other creators on here trying to label me a snitch just because I went on TV. But keep in mind, they ain't got no facts, paperwork, or proof that I ever snitched, whether on TV or in real life. Because I never agreed to do that before going on TV, and I damn sure didn't do it in real life. That's why I did 13 years in the joint. You guys remember this guy right here, right? Viking? He's another prison TikToker that fabricates stories about his experience and also fabricates how tough he is. I mean, I exposed him on social media for being fraud, and what does he do? He blocks me. But he actually came to Chicago and showed up to our fight. And what did I do? I exposed him in the ring for being weak as well. And he's still on here trying to create content and covering up the lie just like fake people do. And in a fake world, especially here on social media, when these guys are getting up to $1.20 for every 2,000 views, you damn right they're going to keep trying to fake it to make it because they don't know no other way. Me, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing because I'm doing it to the best of my ability. And I can look in the mirror and take pride in myself and everything that I do. And I get love in my community. And I can honestly say that I never once had to try to fake it to make it like these other guys.
Now, my homeboy just came on here and he was talking about all the haters. All right, hats off to you. First of all, my homeboy Lucky Chucky, listen, if y'all been to the feds will group you together in cars or regions. All right. Now, sometimes you could be from a small area or a small town or something that's smaller than the metro town, and you're going to be grouped together with a certain type of city. All right. For example, if you had one guy from the Detroit area and another guy from, we'll even say, the UP, and that's, the UP is going to run with Detroit. All right, that's Michigan. All right. Also, Toledo, Ohio, not a big city, but on certain circumstances, Toledo's going to run with Detroit. That being said, I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, go fucking Hoosiers. My boy Lucky Chucky, he's from the Chi-Town, Chirac. All right? Hey, he's a solid motherfucker. Y'all, hey, a bunch of haters over 60 days in. 60 days in is just like fucking TikTok. All right? TikTok is generating views, trying to get some money. People are trying to put a payday in their pocket. All right? Same here too. All right? Now, whatever my agenda and my goal is to do something beneficial to help the people, much like Lucky Chucky is doing, all right? He's involved in all types of positive influences. He walks around a city with his head held high. That being said, all right, when it comes to the feds, all right, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Chi-Town, if we was on a spread somewhere, spread being a prison, then motherfucking I would jump in that Chicago car. All right, that's just how it is. Now, being that I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, it doesn't mean that I can jump in the Chicago car and take over. It means that, look, if my paperwork's good, I get respect, I'm getting money, I'm doing the things that is expected of me as a man, then motherfucking we ride together. And I stand on this 10 toes down. All right, Lucky Chucky, I ride with you. That being said, let's get back to the video because there's a lot of haters out here. There's haters out here looking. If you was to walk on any yard and try to put dirt on somebody or try to put a jacket on somebody that didn't exist, you would be dealt with quick, fast, in a hurry. All right? Walking around here on TikTok saying this, saying that. Listen, there's so many prison creators out here that some of y'all couldn't even walk their yard. Listen, I did time in King Mountain Correctional Center. All right? You don't know where that's at? It's Oakwood, Virginia, Buchanan County. And no, you are not walking the fucking yard looking like a fucking pedo, fucking thinking you're going to pay for fucking protection. You're going to get taken advantage of every time. All right? No, you're not getting handed the keys to the yard on certain fucking games because you got a 3-year sentence. It ain't happening. All right? All this bullshit and all this lying is done. You guys, I've really tried to come out and just be the type of individual that says, hey, you know what? We can work together. These people don't want to work together. All right? They want to sell you lies. Okay, cool. You want to over dramatize? I'm down with it. All right? I can scream and yell, or I can talk like a regular person and act like I got some sense. All right? Because I'm educated. And I can look you in the eye. And I can say, hey, These bunch of clowns, man, they're all gone.